What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, you guys are seeing a last second dose exclusive me and Rad created for our members, either our All Pro members on YouTube or Patreon members. Link is in the description, where we are building a library of draft profiles as we go throughout this offseason heading into the draft for our members to check out. Now, this is just a little taste into that, what we've been working on, an example of that. And we may drop a few of these. We'll see how this goes. But I did want to put this out there just so everybody can see what we're working with. Now, this video is our first one. All right, so there is some changes in this one versus later ones. The grading scale is a little bit different. The editing's a little bit different. All right, this is our first one we did, so cut us a little bit of slack, but it's still really good. All right, today we talk about Aidan Hutchinson. I wanted to share this with you, not only so you could see what we've been working on, but also so you can get in on it. Maybe you've heard us talk about becoming a member for Last Second Dose through Patreon or, through the channel. Well, here's basically what it is. Quick breakdown. So you can either become a member on this channel, you go to the homepage, you click join, and you become an All Pro member. I believe it's $4.99 a month, and you will have this exclusive content that me and Rad create, and right now we're doing that with draft profiles. Or you click the link in the description through Patreon and do the same thing. Click the $5 one. I think it's a 1 cent difference. I did it, for both because it's just easy. That way people don't have to cancel and move over. But it's $5 on Patreon. It's probably much easier if you do it through Patreon to get to links and things like that we've been sharing. But if you do it through the YouTube channel, you just got to go through the community, because that's where I'm dropping links exclusively for you guys. So link to videos. What's exciting about this is not only that it's super special. Super special. But what's exciting is that this can pretty much be whatever you guys want it to be. I mean, we have big plans, but we also aren't limited to anything within this. This can range from Madden 22 tournaments, Madden 22 franchise throughout the offseason, to these draft profile videos, to live streams, exclusive live streams that only members can see, but also maybe streams with you guys, that you guys do a show with us and everybody can see that. We're open to all suggestions or recommendations. So if you become a member, let us know what you want to see, because right now we're doing it for the draft because the draft is coming up, but we're open to a lot of things, and we do have some plans, some big plans going forward. So I just wanted to let you guys know, kind of give you an insight of what this is. Also wanted to give you guys kind of an inside look on what we've been working on. So if you want to really know about maybe that little hidden gem in the third round, maybe we got a video on that guy. Now, right now, we're still very early into this. Okay, we don't have a ton of players. We're going to keep going throughout the offseason. These couple of guys that we're going to share to you, Kayvon Thibodeau, Aidan Hutchinson, we all know who those guys are. But once we get into this offseason, that underrated third round prospect that, not that many people really care about, but you don't want to miss out on, because, man, he could be the steal of the draft. There might just be a video on that guy. Just want to share that. Links in the description to Patreon, or go to the homepage, click join, and then become an All Pro member. Again, the $5 one. Do the $5 one. I know I don't. I just want to make sure that you guys click the right one. You don't pay for the wrong thing. So, yep. Enjoy the video. This is Aidan Hutchinson, our first look, our first draft profile. We did this about half a month ago, so it was before the bowl game, and it was our first one. So the grading scale will change, so keep that in mind. So we give out grades, but they're kind of like, what? The grading scale will change, and that changes in our next video. So anyways, enjoy the video. Have a great day, and hopefully, I see you guys as a member very soon.
Guess even kings get scared, huh?
Sequence touchdown!
And you got what?
9 and 8. That's not crazy.
Swift on Pro Bowl this year. Lock it in.
Zone touchdown, Detroit Lions.
8 flowers for a third round pick.
No.
You're tripping.
The gut punches will stop.
Hey, welcome back. It's Last Second Dose. We appreciate for y'all coming in. It's your boy Rad out here in Rip City, Portland, Oregon. Y'all know, repping them Detroit Lions. Us versus everybody. But hey, I got that guy, Young Simba.
Yes,
DoseOfDion. What's happening, man? Tell him what's up.
Hey, Rad, what's going on, man? How is everybody doing that's watching? Hopefully you do having a good day today. That intro, I don't know about you, but I feel like I can say every word to that intro. but I
Yes.
love it. I
I
love
love
that
it.
intro.
I love
Brad,
it too.
it's good to be here. This is likely the first video for our exclusive, video content situation library. I'm gonna call it the exclusive content library.
Ooh, that
Yes, sir.
you got to be VIP to get it.
VIP only.
Special.
Ooh, I like that. And today we're starting off the draft talk. Players been
Ooh,
getting some hype
who?
because he just did some good things last week. I heard, and he plays Saturday too, and that's
Mhm.
that's gonna be pretty good. Well, I don't know when y'all are seeing this, but anyway, we're talking about that guy, Aidan Hutchinson. Where's he
Oh,
from, Rad? Where's he from?
he's from the University of Michigan
Okay.
of the Wolverines.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. That's what
The
we're talking about. Ooh.
University of Michigan.
Oh, you didn't have to give him the Rad. Every time you give him the, it just hits different. It does.
The
Aidan Hutchinson. All right.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna do a quick little background, then we'll get into our pros and cons that we got for this. I don't know how the commenting situation works on this, but if you can comment, I'm sure you can. Comment below what you think about Aidan Hutchinson and whether or not you would take him first. Now this is only our first player that we went through, so we still got a lot of guys to go through. But this is where we're gonna pop it off with, because this is the hype. He's
I'm
the
ready.
man of the hour.
Mm.
Aidan Hutchinson, 6'6", 270, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, Big
Okay.
Ten
Mhm.
Defensive Lineman of the Year, and he's got, I mean, he's got the school record in sacks. He's got 14.5 tackles for loss. Yeah, 54 total tackles. He has a higher pressure rate than Chase Young in 2019.
Say what?
Yeah, he was top 5 in Heisman voting too, and Hutchinson might just finish in Heisman voting as well on the freaks list. Look, this guy's pretty darn good. He's all right. He's good. He's getting hyped for a reason.
Right.
And me and Rad are gonna tell you a little bit about him from what we saw watching the film.
Mhm.
And again, these are subject to change because this is our first look at him. And as we go through other players, we'll be able to gauge him better amongst others. But right now, it's just him on his own. He's on an island right now. We're talking about Hutchinson. So,
Okay.
Rad, you want to kick us off, man? You want to start us off with some pros?
I'll start it off with my pros.
Okay,
And I'm
let's
gonna
do
start. I'm gonna start with the run defense. How about that?
it. I like that.
You with that?
Love it.
Okay.
100%.
Pros, so after watching film, we watched a few games and we dug in. Those we did our thing.
Yep.
I think I rhymed there, but I don't know. I noticed that the guy does have strong hands. He has good heavy hands. Now he's really good at jolting the lineman. Whoever's trying to block him, he does good hand placement on him. So which leads to him. He's really good at setting the edge. He keeps contained every time when they did run towards him. He was really good at keeping the edge, setting the edge, keeping contained, things like that. And that's what we need out of a player. Set that edge, cut him back to your linebackers or the other D linemen. So I did see that. Anytime a tight end was blocking him, I did like this. He won those battles. I don't ever think any DN or 9 technique should ever let a tight end block him. Ever. No. Especially if you're going to be the number 1 pick, tight ends should never block you. And that's what I did notice out of Big Hutchinson, that tight ends wasn't blocking him too well. Okay. Now, I like this out of him too against the run. Every time the play went away, his slide down was always under control. He was always under control. He didn't look nervous. He didn't look like he didn't know what to do. His shuffle was nice and balanced, kept his feet apart. He did really well on that. So pros, to sum it up, good edge, good at setting the edge, showed heavy hands. He never let a tight end pretty much block him. And I like a way when the plays went away, he shuffled very well. What was your pros on Big Hutch?
Right, I think you hit on pretty much everything.
Oh,
No, not everything though. Pretty
I'm
much,
sorry.
you hit on
I'm
a lot
sorry.
of stuff. He's good at run defense. The grades are what they are for a reason. He's got 30+ solo tackles for a reason. I mean, like you said, the way he set the edge, the contain, he didn't discriminate, mobile quarterback or non-mobile quarterback. He made sure that he was filling his lane and not getting out of spots, and that's huge because we've seen that. Especially with the young guys. Young guys, you get that, right? You get guys that aren't in the right spot. We know that. Well, of course, whoever we're going to draft, they're going to be young. But one phrase, he's NFL ready. That's something that I think both of us agree on, is that he looks like an NFL ready guy.
Right.
You definitely see that in the run defense. Hand placement, I thought, was huge. You talk about the guy, he's got a lot of power, especially for his size. I mean, sometimes he looked like he's bigger than 265. He's looking like 280 at his position. But he can definitely move people. But I think the hand placement always seemed to be good. Like you said, I mean, discipline kind of just sums it up for me. He's very disciplined, setting the edge, being in the right lane. It's a word that you're going to say very soon. And I'm sure you're going to bring it up over and over and over. So I won't say it right now, but I think it also goes with the run defense. Now, do you have any cons that you came up with for run defense?
I do.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I did. Now, this was the Ohio State game we watched. We watched quite a few games. Now, on the Ohio State game, which I don't know if it was the weather. I mean, we was talking about it. We didn't know if it was like he had a hurt hamstring, weather, growing injury. We didn't know. He wasn't like always running to the ball. Like I want to see him chasing down runners to try to cause a turnover, punch the ball out, get that surprise strip, something like that. He just wasn't going full tilt as far as running to the ball. So I don't want to call him a loaf. He was loafing, but I expect a little bit more if you're going to be that top pick or even a top 10 pick. I need to see you constantly run into the ball because that's how turnovers are created. Running back think he's free down the field. Here comes that D lineman. Boom, knock that ball out.
Right.
And then on some plays, he didn't cleanly get off of offensive linemen. Now, he has a good punch. He just didn't always disengage. Like, he would make the play sometimes he wouldn't. He just wouldn't fully disengage, get that lineman completely off of him. That's the only con I have with the guy. It wasn't too many because his run defense was on point for the most part. But those are the only couple things I think that he could probably he can improve on everything. Obviously, he can always get better. But those are the two that I was really catching. How about you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about kind of his athleticism when you look at the projected numbers. You know, for a guy his size, it's pretty crazy. But I remember you saying when we were watching Ohio State game, he didn't look 4.6 fast. He didn't look that fast. It was weird. Right. He was running like he had to go to the bathroom. It was weird looking. He was like. It was something like that. Didn't look like that in other games. Michigan State towards the end, I thought he was running slower, maybe because he was just tired. Because I felt like, as the game goes on. But by the way, I will give him credit because he did seem like he was impactful the entire game. Like, he's not one of those players that, Levi coming out, there was consistency, flashes up and down, but he seemed like he was going to be there through 4 quarters and he could wear you down on the other side of the ball. But yeah, I mean, the effort, we need the effort. Hey, Trey Flowers, you hit on it, coming up and stripping it. I know what play you're thinking. You thinking of that Trey Flowers play against San Fran.
Just run, chase down the ball carrier.
Yes, sir.
That's all I want you to do. Your D lineman. Everybody should always be hustling to the ball. But them D linemen, because ball carriers don't, expect a fat daddy running down the field to come make that tackle. That's how you get them surprise turnovers for us. And as a Lions fan, we need anything we can get. Whenever we can get it.
It's the fact we need some extra possessions. You see our offense right now. Oh my gosh. Let's grade this out of 10. Your initial grade out of 10 for Aidan Hutchinson in terms of run defense.
Defense, though, I got to change it on Aidan.
Yeah.
What did I give? I gave Aidan like an 8. I think I gave him 8.2. 8.4. 8.4.
I think that's a solid grade.
I'm still going to leave him there at the 8.4.
Yeah.
Great. I think he's great against the run.
9.5 in run defense.
Yep.
There it is. So I didn't even point it out. The first stamp of approval is the run defense.
It's good.
8.4.
All right. Yeah, see, Rad's a little more calm. I went 9.5 the first time. I think about moving it down, but I'm going to rock with 9.5. I really am. I didn't see enough cons. I was like, dang. But yeah, I like your point about disengagement because I think that also was definitely showing up in the pass rush as well. That's the main thing. Again, it's super early. Is 9.5 I felt like dropping it down to 9.2 because I feel like 9.5. It's not perfect though. I felt like dropping it down to 9.2 because I feel like 9.5. It's not perfect though. That's still 95%. That means you probably got 2 wrong.
But an A? I
feel like he gets an A. I'll give him an A. You know what? I'll drop it down. Let's do this. No. I want to do this. I want to go 9.3. I want to go 9.3.
So is that an A or A minus?
It's an A. He's an A run defender. He's a very good run defender. But the strength of his game is run defense.
Okay. On the cusp of being an A minus, though. He's on the cusp of being.
No, you know what? Forget it. We're going back 9.5. It's an A. It's a solid A. It's a solid A, Brad. You talked me out of it. It's a solid A.
I just asked a question.
you talked me back into it, and it's a solid A. Okay. How about pass rush? You want to start this off for me? What do you got?
I'll go.
Okay. Let's
pass rush. The word pops up, and it's relentless. His effort. Now, getting after the quarterback, he gives mad effort. He doesn't stop. He keeps fighting. No matter if they try to chip him with a tight end, then a lineman, or a running back, and then a lineman. He's relentless. I will give him that. He's very relentless when it comes to pass rush. He has a really good bull rush. But I think that's his bull rush is strong. I will give him that. That you could tell that's his go-to move after watching all the film. He relies on that bull rush. And then, he has a really good first step. He has a really good get off. Now, that's what I noticed in his pass rush. It was that get off. He's relentless with the effort. And that'll get you some money just off pure effort. being a D lineman, that'll get you paid. And then he has a good bull rush, and he relied on it a lot. So those are my pros when it comes to pass rush ability. What would you say on that pass rush? Give me some pros.
Bull rush stuck out right away,
Instantly.
But I did throw a different one in here later. Lateral movement. I guess I'll put it like that, because I feel like side to side for a guy that's 270 pounds, I think he looked pretty agile. And the reason I bring it up, the reason I bring it up is because I'm thinking about stunts you're gonna have him involved in. You try to crash him inside. I feel like he can work any kind of stunt you want him to.
Correct.
Right? He can slant inside. So I like that part of it, and we saw him start setting up some pass rushers. I think we specifically saw in the Ohio State game where he was working outside, inside, inside, outside. So I thought movement was pretty good. He's pretty light on his toes, especially when you're outside. You know, the turf, you get in Ford Field, the conditions are being a little bit better than what it was at the Ohio State-Michigan game. So that should help too. But yeah, bull rush sticks out. I thought the movement was there, which opened up some different possibilities as a pass rusher, but there's still things that I think he could unlock a little bit more. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the cons as a pass rusher.
The cons, I'm going to piggyback off what you were just saying. He needs to work on a few. So he has an arsenal. He showed a couple moves. I just think he needs to do them more often and set them up more often. Like pretty much we seen bull rush. Would you say about 95% of the time was the bull rush and try to like rip through. And to go on to one of his cons, he doesn't have the strongest rip through. Like I feel like his rip through was very inconsistent. He needs to punch to the sky more. Like he needs to try to do a tiger uppercut.
Ooh.
Like he needs to come with it. Yeah, a little Street Fighter.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Okay, see, I was thinking Mortal Kombat, so you had me thrown off there.
Little tiger uppercut.
The tiger is actually a tiger in Street Fighter, isn't he?
I don't know.
Oh,
it's been years.
All right. Go ahead.
No, really though.
Yeah,
like I need him to get.
Yes.
He needs to get violent with it. It wasn't always violent on a consistent basis because he would have a guy beat, disengage, and then he would just try to rip through, but he couldn't get him off him. Like the guy, I feel like if he had a stronger rip through, I think he honestly could have about 20 sacks.
That's
no lie.
That's hit my head
no
right
lie.
away. Yeah.
After watching the film, it's like, bro, if you could just literally rip through and get that extra arm hand off of you, you would have 20 sacks. So I think his cons is really he needs to get stronger with his rip through, and he needs to show more moves. I don't know if I seen a spin move really. I did see the setup outside, then went back inside. Thank you, but I just think he needs a few more moves in that arsenal. That's what I'm gonna say about him. What'd you see?
The whole rip through thing was kind of the first thing that you brought up when we were watching the film, and that's I mean, he does it so much that you're right. If it was like better, if it was more consistent, because there was a couple where it was like real good, and then there's just other ones where it almost looked lazy, kind of like because he does it so much. You know, it's just kind of like I'm just gonna get stuck here and put my arm out. You know, he just didn't like finish the play. Yeah, he just does it a lot. So I'm with you. I would like to see more variety. I mean, there was a couple of different things he thrown in there. I saw like maybe a handful of just straight up swim moves that he got by on. So I know it's there. The athleticism's there. The get off is there. I think you need to tie those two things. One thing I'm not sure is about the bend around the edge. I thought that's almost just to be seen, to be honest. I didn't see him
correct.
I didn't see him work speed around the edge like the guy across from Ojabo and just bend, get low, and just get around that corner. I didn't see him go to that kind of pass rush move. Maybe that's not his strength athletically, or he's just not using it, or we didn't see a lot of that. He likes to go with the bull rush. He likes to attack there, and then he tries to counter off it. And his go-to counter move was the rip through. We saw maybe one spin at the end of a play where he really didn't impact the play. He was kind of just like backing up into his spin. So, you know, if he could work a little bit with Charles Harris, get some of those spin moves down, set those up out of it, it's really about finishing, probably. I mean, like, he's going to get you the first step, the first big punch.
Right.
It's about finishing, I feel like, at that point. So, yeah, I mean, we're on the same page here.
Power rusher, you know, a power pass rusher, as opposed to, like you hit on, we didn't really see much of a speed rush. Right. We really didn't see him bend around the edge like his counterpart on the other end, number 55. So that could just be his game. He's a power pass rusher, you know. But if he can add that to his arsenal, now you got offensive linemen on tilt at that point. Like, I don't know if I need to expect the speed rush or the bull rush, because you keep bull rushing in NFL, like, you're going to have some problems. Like, it'll work a couple times, but then they're going to start setting for the bull rush, and then you're in trouble at that point. So, long story short, good football player, NFL ready. but there is some pass rush moves that he does need to add to his repertoire and do them on a more consistent basis.
I thought the Ohio State game, he wasn't getting as much push with the bull rush as he was against Wisconsin and Michigan State. I thought he was getting less push because there was some big tackles out there. So it seemed like he did adjust to trying to win inside outside. So again, it shows you it's there. I mean, the player comp, if you're having to compare him to a Lions guy, you said it. It's Trey Flowers.
Trey Flowers.
You just reminded. I mean, he's top tier run defender to me, and then pass rush. Trey Flowers is a power rusher, but at the same time, Trey Flowers is not an elite pass rusher, and we know that. Like he can beat some guys with some power. A couple times he'll flash, but he's not consistently getting pass rush, even though we paid him $90 million. So that's yeah. Let's
we're not gonna get on that.
I'm sorry, but I do believe there's more athleticism within his game.
100%
coming out, Trey coming out, so there's more upside.
100%
he can build into.
I would agree 100%. But being a Lion fan, we don't need another good run stopper. What we need is an elite pass rusher. Now, I'm gonna jump on this, and let me
get into it.
Schematically, I think he's a scheme fit.
There it is.
He can play the 9. He can put his hand in the dirt and play the 9. He can stand up and play the 9, like you rush in. And I think we can slide him in on long third and long passing situations. He could slide in if we need be. If we say we want to get Julian on the field to come off that edge and he slide down because he has that size and he's shown that he can slant well. That go back to that lateral quickness he was touching on. So I do think the guy's a scheme fit. And then grade wise for pass rush, I'm giving Aidan a 7.5 also pass rush, right in between good and great.
Okay. All right.
Where you going?
8.4.
Aidan, pass rush.
8.4. 8.4 in pass rush, 9.5 in run defense. I think he's a great pass rusher. The same move that Kayvon Thibodeau seemed to live on, Aidan set that up on pass rushers when he couldn't win with the bull rush. You know what I'm saying? He just started leaning towards that, and he beat Ohio State with it. It was like, I think he does have enough speed.
Run defense, though, I got to change it on Aidan.
Yeah.
What did I give? I gave Aidan like an 8. I think I gave him 8.2.
8.4.
8.4.
Yeah, I think that's a solid grade.
I'm still going to leave him there at the 8.4.
Yeah.
Great. I think he's great against the run. Yep.
There it is. So I didn't even point it out. The first stamp of approval.
So let's move to the other section. You got a couple things you want to point out here? Other traits about his game that you like?
I think now what really stood out to me, the other section, I think he's a heady player. Like his IQ is on point. I think he's a very heady player. He seems like he's aware what the offense is trying to call. He doesn't get really like confused when he feels screens very well. And then that play, I thought that was a heady play against Ohio State, even though he didn't get a hand on the ball or a finger on the ball, but just for him to be aware and kind of like back up off the offensive lineman and see, and try to get his hand up. That's what I noticed. And then, he's got the body for the NFL. I know that sounds weird, but he looks like
good.
He does look good. The guy looks good. He looks like a Bosa. You know what I mean? Like he looks good. And
he looks like a stud.
We just got to see what the 40 time and like athleticism. I know the combine's it doesn't tell you everything about a football player, to be honest, because you can be a workout warrior and be terrible on the field.
True.
But he has good tape. He really does have good tape. But I would say that he showed that he was a heady player. That's what really stood out to me. IQ. What you saying about the other?
Well, I noticed that you put length and I put length, so I think we got to touch on that real quick because this is something that. Well, shoot, I can't tell you how many times I heard that coming in this offseason. They're like, man, we like those long defenders. That's why we got Derek Barnes because he can get off blockers. Now, one issue for Hutchinson is he has to do a better job of disengaging, and that's why with my others at the bottom I put disengagement, urgency. I don't know. You can call it consistency. It's like Rad said earlier. I think you said it in the run game.
Run. It was against the run.
Yeah, it's just there's some times where it's just we hit on it, right? The disengagement's not always there like you would like to see.
Right.
But yeah, the length is there. So the Lions want length to long, to long arm, whatever they want to use him for. He can help you in the run game because he's so long, fill out those gaps. It opens up so much with this pass rush game and the things that you can use him for because of how long that he is. Strength, I think, we both had this down. The guy's he's very strong for how big he is, and pair that with the athleticism. But then I think also the coverage drop. Like we said he's a scheme fit because he can drop into coverage. I didn't expect him to drop him as much as they did when we watched it. But they had him lined out really wide. Some of those plays, they were dropping him pretty deep. Now, there was that time that you hit on it. You pointed it out that he missed the coverage assignment, it looked like.
He did.
You know, and he was like, he didn't know what was going on. So there's probably some of that. It makes sense. I mean,
That can be coached up.
yeah, I mean it's a position, and the good thing is it's kind of like an NFL defense that they're running anyway. So
Right.
I don't think it'll be super hard for that to transition. So yeah, I think he'll transition well. And then I also two small notes. If I could just throw these in real quick.
Throw him in.
Flexibility in the lower body. All right. Now here's why I put that in there. Okay.
Let me hear.
Because I thought he definitely had the ability to bend, get low, and just win the leverage battle if he needed to. You pair that with the hands, like if he needs to do that to give him a lot more strength in the run game, so that they could put him on the line more than I think that they did. But then also hands up on the pass. This is actually a Deshaun hand trait that I liked. It's just, you talk about he's a heady player. Like he's super disciplined, and he just gets his hands up. Like if he can't get the ball, he'll put his hand up, see if he can knock it down. Getting after the quarterback, he'll try to hit the ball out. So those are my others that I got wrote down. And
I like it.
Is that it for you too? We good?
I like it. Now, hold on.
I'm holding on.
Is he worthy of that number 1 pick so far?
Ooh.
I know we ain't watched nobody else yet. We touched
tough.
on Big Hutch. From what you've seen so far, we're going to watch more film, but as of right now, in the 2022 NFL Draft, do the Detroit Lions select Aidan Hutchinson?
I think he's a front runner. If I had to tell you who's the front runner, I would say he's the front runner. I think case that it would make sense. Like I don't think you could hate on it too much if they took him top, because you can see that he can probably tap into everything you want him to do defensively. I don't think there's like limitations in his game where it's like, he just can't. He ain't never gonna have this. I think he's got pretty much everything. It's just about screwing them things together. I don't know if he's the pass rusher that Chase Young was. The numbers say he's better, but I don't know. I can't say for sure that he is, because maybe it's just the style. I don't know. Maybe it's because Chase Young just seemed to me Chase Young seemed more of like a speed, get around the edge, and he was so quick.
Right.
That it looked more highlight worthy. This dude kind of just beats you up. And I think that can last 4 quarters, especially way lines are trying to build this with Aleem and Levi. That can last, and he seems like a player that could be durable, even though he broke his leg in 2020.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay.
You put me on a spot.
Like you said, if we take him, I'm not mad at it. I'm not. Now, am I super sold on him? I know they are probably gonna hate me for it, but I'm not. I'm not super sold just because you touched on it. Like that Chase Young, he came out, I knew he was gonna hit for sure. Myles Garrett, I knew he was gonna hit. The Bosa brothers, I knew they were gonna hit. Like he's an NFL ready day 1 starter, but I don't know if he's worthy of that number 1 pick. You're tripping. I know those guys didn't go number 1,
Right.
but it's just like their film just hit a little bit different.
It hit different. I get that.
The film just hit a little different. He has good film, but their film just hit a little bit different. And I mean, we got more to come. But as of right now, to answer, I'm not mad at if we do take him, because he will fit in well, but I'm not super sold on him.
Yeah.
On that pick yet.
We're early into this.
We're early.
You didn't have to put me on the spots, but I had to put you back on it because
I want you to.
Okay, there you go.
But
yeah.
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not 100%. That's fair.
I hope they don't beat me up too bad.
No, they shouldn't beat you up because we only on the first guy. That's not fair. That's not fair. But I gotta throw one. I did like his like mentality that he played with, because he seems like the type of dude that wouldn't be like, just all the attention and stuff like that. Like he would just battle. And I actually give Flowers like a little credit, because I feel like that's how Flowers is. He just puts his head down. He just plays.
Just gritty.
But Flowers been dealing with some injuries. He ain't been out there. We need the dude out there. Hutchinson's like that. Like he don't seem like the kind of guy that he just seems like the energy type of guy. And when you see Bryant being like that, and the Lions like those guys, it would fit.
I got you.
So there we go.
All right.
First episode. Comment or something. If y'all can comment down below. I don't know how it works, but we'll be back for more of this. Stay tuned for updates, and if you can comment down below what things you want to see us do, whether that's like live streams with all y'all together, whatever it is, what kind of videos, draft videos, rankings. I mean, we got a lot of plans, and it's early into this. We're trying to figure it out, but
we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Did you say rap videos?
Rap videos, music videos, whatever you want.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm with it.
Vivo. Brad, we can hook up with Vivo. I'm telling you. If y'all want rap videos, I mean, we gotta get the people what they want. You know.
I'm with it.
This is what this is.
And we're gonna give it to him.
Give him some closing words.
Stay tapped in. We appreciate y'all love and support. And go Lions.